Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Ellis the Elephant here, sporting the U.S. team as we can't even make it past the fucking qualification round for our own Copa America. That's very disappointing for everybody that actually likes soccer here in America. So just wanted to show them some love. Hope that they feel good about it. But tonight we have a great show. We got Croissant on. That's going to be DeFi pastry. She's got a lot of things cooking. I met her in consensus actually with Mikhail, who I had on last week. So it should be a really good space. We'll talk about a bunch of things she has going on, her life, and all that. Before we get to that, we're going to go over the sponsors. DirecTV sponsors us. Thank you, DirecTV. If you have any questions, you can hit right here on the QR code. And that's where it brings you to ELE Social Marketing's company webpage where you can ask about DirecTV and other internet services. And then Big Dad Energy on Soul is doing crazy stuff. They gave away a Pixel Pet last space. And now this weekend, I'm going to do a little content with them where we're going to be giving out gift cards to dads and stuff like that all over the Dallas area. So it should be fun. We'll do like some Home Depot and other kind of gift cards like that. So it's going to be a good time. But yeah, I'm just excited to have this space. I was very excited that Mikhail hooked me up. Shout out to her for helping me out. And we'll get into it. Bring on DeFi pastry. Hello, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Awesome Friday night. Excited to be here hanging out with you.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I can't complain. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So question, you go by Melanie? Is it Melanie?
I let people choose. So my username is Croissant, but my IRL name is Melanie. I am doxxed. So
Cool.
whatever, the surprising number of people want to call me Croissant, but
I like that.
It's up to each person though,
No, definitely. I like Croissant, to be honest with you. It's a really good name. What about, where did that come from? Where did you get the name Croissant?
So when I joined the space, I didn't intend on working here. I was just excited to join
anybody?
Yeah. So I wanted to be a part of, the Web3, do the thing, have the username. So go to the moon. I'm a moon-shaped pastry.
Oh, okay. That's smart. I like that a lot. Okay, so yeah, I'm Ellis the Elephant, which is really funny because my name was Elijah. Like I was trying to be doxxed whenever I first got into the space. So I was like Elijah the Elephant. And then I just was like, this is stupid. Whenever I meet people, I'm gonna have to be like, no, it's not Elijah, it's Ellis. It really didn't make any sense from like a business standpoint. But yeah, I got my elephant from the first NFT that I owned from like this one-on-one artist. So I just stuck with it. It has nothing to do with the moon. Hopefully they got big butts. You know what I mean? I probably shine like the moon in the moonlight. So that's really good. All right. Well, yeah, we'll get started. I just wanted to touch on a little bit of you. Like what brought you into this space? I mean, not really what brought you in, but what was like the most interesting thing that you were like, I need to get in here or else I might be left behind?
Royalties in perpetuity for artists on NFTs.
Boom. My biggest thing in NFTs as well. I tell artists all the time, I love going to galleries. I love just like looking and I'm like, look, I understand it's weird. It's crypto and all that. I get it. But like, think about having royalties for the rest of your life. You sell one painting for $1,000, but in a couple of years it sells for $10,000. You're going to get a percentage of that as you deserve because it's your painting. So I agree. Very important thing. So did you have like a background in art and all that before you found out about NFTs?
I was a hobby photographer. Yeah. So it was, I understood it from the artist standpoint for sure.
Cool. Yeah. And do you have NFTs yourself?
I do. Of course. Okay. Absolutely. I got my moon bag.
All right. Where can people find them? No, I mean like of your own art, of your photography.
Oh, no. No. Not that anyone knows about.
Not that anyone knows about. So if anybody wants to get some croissant art, it's out there. She just said it. It is out there somewhere. She's just not telling you where. What did you start collecting one-of-one art, or did you start with like NFTs because you saw the the potential of a startup fun kind of situation that they cause?
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast at the time. It was, during COVID, and I had lost my job. So I was, trying to build my own thing. And I was actually listening to the My First Million podcast, which is like for entrepreneurs.
Nice.
And one of the founders, it was super into NFTs, and he bought the Kobe Bryant Memorial NFT, and he immediately got an 8X. And I was like, well, this sounds like, good investing. But that was where I about, royalties for artists. And I just thought, I needed to learn more about this. So I just started reading and dove right in. And then very shortly after that, got into the token side of things, joined a trading group, and stayed forever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We love to hear it. Now, the Kobe Bryant NFT, was that with Top Shot? What was that? What NFT was that? I didn't even hear about those. You know how the space is.
It was so many years ago. It was this. I forgot the name of the platform. It was a huge platform back in 2021, January 2021.
Top Shot.
Was it? All right.
Yeah, where like you did the digital trading cards. Is that how it was?
I don't think it was on that. I mean, I know that's what Top Shot is, but I don't think it was on that one. I think it was on that one that was it was super exclusive to get on. They vetted all of the projects. Maybe. I don't remember the name.
I'm trying to think. It's either Rarible or it's going to be, because Rarible I bought plenty of rugs on, so they did not vet their people. There's no way I bought a
Nifty Gateway.
That's that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. It probably was Nifty Gateway. Okay, that's cool. All right, very cool, very cool. So you got in from the royalties, very important, which we got rid of because everybody is stupid here, to be honest with you. Nobody actually wants to make a change. That's the problem with my standpoint on this. It's like, yeah, making money is cool. I get it. It's fun. But like, I'm here personally to like make a change and like make a difference,
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, whenever I saw him get rid of royalties, I was pretty upset.
I was too. 100%.
Yeah, but it's good now that they have like some enforced royalties on one-on-one artists and stuff like that. Because, I mean, the business side, that's cool. You buy the one NFT, that's like their startup fund to get going. I really only cared about like royalties for one-on-one artists. I never really had an opinion on the like the business is getting royalties, because like that makes no sense. You can't count on that as a revenue stream. It just, to me, the business side doesn't make sense. But artists, yes. Well, what is your take on that?
I think it doesn't matter to me whether it's a person or whether it's a company. I think, the creator should get the right to their work.
Okay. I respect that. Okay. So you mean like, but say a company pays an artist to do the NFT project, right? Is the artist getting the royalty, or is it the company that's now getting the royalty? That's where I get into like the sticky, kind of, gray areas on that.
Yeah. That's a tough question. I mean, I think it comes down to whatever the contract was with the artists. If they were paid for their work and that was the contract that they went into, they were paid for their work.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there are companies you got to be able to hire, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that, royalties as a business model is a good idea either, for sure. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that the owners of the art, even if it was paid for contractually, they shouldn't be getting that ownership right.
Heck yeah. I respect that a lot, because, everybody wants to see their own, like not their own way, but a certain way, like be created. And I love that about this space, because we have the flexibility to do that right now. So like everybody can have their input and build something that they want to see in the future and hope that it succeeds. So that's great. And speaking of building something, I know that you're a part of the Sydney Houston group. I see it at Sydney Houston group. So you want to tell us a little bit about that and what you have working over there?
Absolutely. That is my advisory company.
Nice.
We have been building for a couple of years now, and I'm really proud of it. I'm one of the co-founders with my business partner, Mr. Dip. And
does he buy the dip?
He does buy the dip. That's where he got his name. He
does? Is that where he got his name? So he's doing pretty well. Yeah. He's buying the dips. He's selling the rips. I did a tweet today. I was like, if you just sell on the way up, then the dips don't matter because then you have cash to buy stuff. I mean, not financial advice, but literally that is how you win. So I mean, just sell on the way up. Don't hold them in back or hold them in back, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. But what I'm saying is that like you sell on the way up so you can buy the dips, like Mr. Dip. Mr. Dip sells on the way up. That's why he has cash to always buy the dips. That's how he got his name. Yep. I actually just followed him today, so I'm looking forward to seeing his content and seeing like what y'all have going on over there at the City Houston group. Yeah. What is in 2024? What would you say like y'all's most impactful thing that y'all done so far as the Sydney Houston group?
Wow, that's an amazing question.
People tell me that I have this, so I didn't. Okay, just so people know, we do no prep on these shows. Yeah, I tell these guests absolutely nothing. I haven't said this to all the other episodes, but like, yeah, I don't say anything. We don't talk. We don't DM about it. Like, this is raw episode. So I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, that's fine. I think impactful. I mean, for us, I would have to put it as a whole group thing and just say expanding our network. So what's the most impactful thing that we've done as a company this year is we started going to conferences where I met you, obviously, at Consensus, which has just been such a personal growth and development for me, but also professionally. Just I didn't really quite realize how beneficial conferences are. Like there's truly a difference between, I mean, we have these great talks in Web3, you know, we're all building this decentralized online community, but even when you hop in a meeting with someone, it still doesn't quite have the same weight as when you really meet someone in real life.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, just our network for sure. And that's brought benefits to every single one of our clients. It's been, it's massively just pushed our company forward in just new ways that we weren't expecting. So yeah.
Awesome. So you say clients, who exactly do y'all target as clients? Who do y'all help along the way? What is y'all's like what's y'all's retention and all that with those clients exactly?
Yeah. We predominantly work with GameFi clients. That's one of our passions is gaming. However, we are not exclusive to that. We do work with other companies as well. We're just really excited about the Web3 space. So we've been particularly excited about gaming, obviously, since the days of Axie Infinity. For myself personally, that was just a really pivotal moment for me to see the potential of this worldwide economy and the way that it could work. So obviously, Axie came down. It was horrible. Lots of people lost their money. It was Ponzi scheme. It was built badly, whatever. But what it showed us was what is possible, where it is, in this world where we could uplift a third world country in such a way that if it was done correctly, what could truly be built from gaming. So a fun experience where people get to, so a lot of people, they get, they don't want people to go and, do PDE and stuff like that. But when you think about the lives that some people have, to be able to go and truly enjoy themselves playing a game as opposed to like working in a field or starving. I mean, third world countries, right? So yeah, that was what really got us into it was gaming. And in terms of retention, we stay for the long haul. So we have clients that, encountered some hard times and we are still with them to this day. We don't walk away. We tend to take on a lot of things that most other people don't. Like we like to build. So, people come to us, they have, an idea and a work ethic. And if we, really believe in them or what their vision is, then we'll walk with them. So yeah, in terms of retention, great retention. Yours.
Awesome. That's awesome. No, that's amazing. Because you love to hear, like, not a lot of people come and stay here. It's a come and go market right now. People usually get burnt out within a year and all that. So it's really good. So you said you're an advisory group. Before you got into crypto, is that what you were doing? What were you doing before you jumped in? If you don't mind enlightening me.
Yeah. So myself personally, actually, this is extremely similar to the job that I had prior to Yeah, coming to Web3. I was working for a company. I worked my way up over the years until I was managing. And it was a web-based company where we had multiple different websites that were under the umbrella.
Oh,
And so
okay.
I managed a bunch of them, did the quality assurance. For a long time, I was also doing content on there. And then we hired other people to do that. But I was, we took them from brainstorm all the way to production. I did the social media. I did the SEO. I did, just quality assurance, keeping everything, managed and running.
Excellent.
And so essentially I did almost exactly the same thing in Web 2. I was a, business manager advisor for multiple different little ventures.
Yeah.
And my partner and I, we both just in general, we have, a couple decades of sales and marketing and business experience, business solutions, business management.
Awesome. And your partner, did you meet him at your old job? Was he just like a colleague from the past? Like how did y'all end up jumping in at the Sydney group?
I met him in a trading group. So
Okay.
that first trading group that I joined in the space, I got very involved with, and he was as
Nice.
well. And we became friends.
That's amazing. No, that's awesome. You love to hear it because I have a bunch of people that got me into crypto and we still like hang out and stuff and we talk and they're actually not part of like CT. I mean, they have like accounts and stuff, but like we talk on the back channels. Like we don't have like group chats and stuff on CT. So yeah, I love like those old friendships that we're able to develop from like the very beginning. We love to see those. So you said that y'all jump in and help GameFi companies mostly. We talked about one last week that y'all help out, Forgotten Playland. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that and what y'all have working with them, how exactly y'all are helping them, and like the things that other companies can benefit, like Forgotten Playland can benefit or is benefiting from the Sydney Houston group?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I'm really kind of proud of is we started Forgotten Playland with Reddit campaigns. So my company, Sydney Houston Group, we are actually partnered with Reddit. They are a social media forum where in order to advertise on their platform, they require that you have a crypto ads rep. It's part of their policy to make sure that scammers are not advertising there. As we're dealing with this early regulation, a lot of platforms are doing their own in-house rules and structure for this. So in order to advertise there, you have to have a crypto ads rep. I have partnered my company with them. So I have a crypto ads rep in my team, which means I'm able to bring clients in very swiftly. We design their campaigns, we get them live. Working directly with our team at Reddit, I get to meet with them every single week, at the Reddit, office out in Utah where, you can see all the logos in the background and stuff like that of actually being in the office, which is a cool experience. Yeah. So we started Forgotten Playland with a Reddit campaign. That was, originally what they reached out for, but we have a really great relationship with them. And as we got to know each other through the process of working on their campaign, they said, they wanted to bring us on for advisory after the first month. So really excited. Doing more and building with them further.
Yeah, no, I had that written down because I literally have Reddit advertising written down because not a lot of people do that. I feel like in the crypto space, and it could be very beneficial because Reddit's huge. I mean, I go to Reddit to find out like the stupidest shit, you know what I mean? It's on Reddit. There's forums that people are talking and all that. So like, love that y'all use Reddit. How exactly do y'all execute on Reddit? Like, is this paid program? Is this like a paid promotion type thing? Are y'all just like sending it out to the right like the right boards and all that? You know what I mean? Tell me a little bit about that. No, don't tell me y'all's sauce. You know what I mean? I don't want to know y'all's sauce, but tell me a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I actually don't know anybody else that can do this, which is really exciting, obviously, for me as a company.
Oh, yeah.
Gaming is obviously, not obviously, but gaming is their number one ads vertical. So it is something unique that I feel like I'm bringing to the Web3 gaming space as a way to push it forward. It's a great resource there. Just like you go there to research, other people do as well. And they have an extremely unique audience. 80% of their audience is not on Twitch. 70% of their audience is not on Twitter.
Interesting.
You can go through the different platforms. Yeah. And in addition to that, they have a really strong audience where people trust them as a resource for information. So what it comes down to is essentially what the client wants to do. Our primary pitch or access point is that we can offer advertising. That's something that not anyone else can do. However, for a blockchain backed company, let me clarify that. And maybe
Right, because you said that they had to have the advisor type situation. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we predominantly are offering advertising with them, but when you do that, when you advertise there, your little ad has your account linked to it, your Reddit account linked to it.
Oh.
So you can also build organically there if the company is wanting to do that. Okay. And we are really excited to say that we also have access to all of their beta programs regarding ads and just in general. So all of our clients get access to Reddit Pro, which is currently in beta. It's a basically analytics dashboard background where they can go and find data on how their account is performing, but it's also got AI built in. So it'll tell them where somebody's having a conversation that they should go join in. It can also write copy for them for that conversation. Yeah. So it helps organic growth as well. So if somebody's looking to just grow organically, we can just do get them access to the Reddit Pro. If they wanted to do both because their account is linked to their ads, Redditors love other Redditors. When you join in with the platform, it gives you even more credibility and trust. So we do, look to potentially do that as well. But it's not a requirement. We have other clients that they just say, hey, let's just run some ads, and they're still performing extremely well. So.
Hell yeah. All right. That's really cool. So give me an update on the Reddit avatars and the NFTs. Do you know how many that they have onboarded without even knowing? I know they had launched those NFTs back in the day. Did they cancel that? What's the status on
that? You saw my face light up as I'm Googling, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Let me
but
see.
I still see people using the avatars, but I'm pretty sure like the program thing is dead. It was on Polygon.
Yep.
So most things that are on Polygon die. If y'all don't know this, look into it. They're dead. What's the use doing?
Yeah, they just had some news about this the other day. July 2023. Where are we at? I don't know. They just had some news that they were going to be promoting it again. This is public news.
The Bull's back. The Bull's back. Of course they're going to promote it again. I mean, if there's any time to look for exit liquidity, it's now.
Yeah. According to Google, it says they have 11 million NFTs minted.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. I knew that they had minted a shitload. Yeah. So it's really cool that they onboarded a bunch of people. I used to be in those spaces with the Reddit founder guy.
Cool.
What's his name?
I don't know. He's married to that tennis player. I know his name too.
Oh, you got it. Zendaya? He's married to Zendaya?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking about that movie she was just in where she was a tennis player. That's my bad. This is my fault. Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about Hyperplay and what's going on with them.
Alexis Ohanian, his tennis player girlfriend is Serena Williams. I found it.
Oh, wow. For real? Serena? Let's go, Alexis.
Yeah.
Man, that boy cooking. She got way more money than him.
I don't know about that.
She rich. She rich.
Nice.
She the best.
Well, I love Hyperplay. I am so very glad that that's where you just took this conversation. They are something that I hold dear, like is on a personal level. As I'm building the Web3 gaming space, I think it's really important that we do this safely, where a part of, Web3 culture is obviously all of these scams, and how do you protect people from scams within gaming, right? When all of these different games have you downloading things from their website, their games, it's just not a very secure place to be doing that type of activity. Web2 gaming, okay, fine, maybe, but right here in Web3, that's really not like the culture that I'm particularly wanting to be promoting. So I always recommend to my clients that they get listed on Hyperplay, because not only are they a games launcher, but they audit all of the code of the games that they put on there, but they even take it a step further and they audit all of the code of every single update that the game does.
Damn.
So it's secure. Yeah. And in addition to that, they are super cool. They just launched the directory within MetaMask. So now when you go to MetaMask on a desktop, there's in the the sidebar there's a games directory. and that's built by Hyperplay. And all of the games that are there are the ones that are
Oh,
Hyperplay. Yeah.
interesting. Okay, that's very cool because I did see a little bit of that on MetaMask, which I try not to get on that so often, so I don't sell my assets. You know what I mean? I gotta stay away from that thing, or else I'm gonna be like, oh my god, don't do this to me again. Don't go back to zero,
Yeah.
please.
Maybe
Okay, huh?
this was a bad week for looking at the charts for sure.
Nah, we're still up 10 times. Like every time I look at the chart, I'm like, not 10 times, 4 times for BTC. And I'm like, we're still 4 times from the lows of this last cycle. I mean, I'm sitting comfy.
Good.
I don't know what people have been doing if they've been here since the bear. I don't know how they're tripping. So you had mentioned consensus and the connections that you made. We met there. It sprung into this. So, like, tell me about how many conferences have you been to? Y'all said that y'all started going to a lot. Consensus was your first one?
Consensus was my second. I also went
Okay.
to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco in March.
Oh, very cool. Very good. Okay, so say a new person coming into a conference. What do you think is like 3 things that they should look into or like do at these conferences to make it most successful that you learned?
Okay. So number one is you have to have your Telegram ready for networking. So
Woo!
set your QR code as your phone background, first of all, because otherwise you're going to have look it up. So just for the 3 or 4 days that
Facts.
you're there, phone background. Every single person that you meet, take a photo with them and immediately post it into your Telegram chat with them with notes. That will, I mean, absolutely, just make it memorable when you go back.
Categorize it.
I did not do that last part for GDC. It was on my last day there that someone else taught me that trick, and I did it for consensus, and it was just so much smoother of a process going afterward, going back.
Nice.
You're tired and you've been on the plane and it's a whirlwind. I mean, the number of people that you meet, even if you have notes in your chat, which is what I did during GDC, you still, it's not as detailed as you want, or you're trying to jog your memory of what was the moment when you were, meeting this person. So definitely take a photo. In addition to that, a lot of people say it's all about the side events. And I agree with that in general. Like if I had to pick one or the other, I would do the side events. But for both of these conferences, I actually attended the main conference as well, because I'm a newbie and I want to do all of the things and learn and try it out. So I went to the actual conference events for both as well. I walked the floors of all of them. I went to every single booth, and it's exactly the same thing as the side events, where you get to meet these companies that you don't normally have access to. So
Facts.
blockchain. Like I've now, I've met a blockchain in particular there. We really, we had great conversations. We've now followed up in chats. We're now, doing things together. Whereas, otherwise it would have just been a cold email and you wouldn't have had, that same kind of discussion or synergy building, right? So that was true in both cases. At GDC, I was really fascinated to learn about governments supporting the game industry. There was booth after booth. I mean, here's
Really?
France, here's Italy, here's Germany, here's Canada. Like just all of these different countries had booths there. That was, really interesting to me. There's a lot of different, same thing as you would be meeting at a side event. You're having a different experience because they have a booth where they can, demo the product or something like that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody fades side events or main events in favor of side events. So I would say if you have the time, go do both, at least give it a spin around the floor.
Agreed.
Great value there as well. And does that count? Was that enough?
Yeah, that was 3.
Okay.
I count that. No, I totally agree with you because like I've been to like BTC Miami, I've been to these other things, but like Consensus was the first place I went inside of. And yeah, I mean, just the fact that you can set up a meeting at any time with anybody that's like that's part of the directory. Huge thing. I had like 13 meetings with like people I've never heard of in my life, but like we met up. One of the girls is having a space with me next week. Like, it's been a really good, like, I suggest people go. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but dude, you spend that on gas transactions. It's not that much money. Like, you need to invest in yourself. And investing in yourself is going to these conferences and making connections that will last forever. Because I mean, yeah, like you just find out valuable information there. You meet people you never even known about, and they can just open up huge doors for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what okay, what is the Wolves DAO? I saw that and I'm curious. What is the Wolves DAO?
So Wolves DAO, I like to say that it's a gaming leadership group. It's a social community, but it is made up of some people that I just, very much respect. We're all working in the industry or, a part of the gaming industry in some way and building it together. It's essentially, it's a social group. But yeah, we've just, we've made it through the bear together, a lot of us, and just, you have to earn your way in. There's an application program. It's not something that you can buy into, and then you have to earn your place to stay. You have to contribute, bring value to the pack, to the conversations, and you can earn your way up the ranks until you get your soulbound token, and then keep building from there. We get meat in the Discord, for our meat points are how we catalog our earnings. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So yeah, it's basically just like a prove to earn instead of like no wait, that's not where I was going with that. Fuck, what was I gonna? I had something really good. Damn it. Nope, lost it. But it's more like you merit. You're going by merit instead of like just paying to get in, and then you're gonna be in there, and you're like, I paid $15, so I'm gonna make all these demands type shit.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool, very cool. I like that. And then the GR1 network is that was that conference you went to? So this is like a network that you joined while you were there.
GR1 is the network grid. Grid network. GR1D. They are the platform of OneKin. So I've personally been building with OneKin for well over a year now, maybe 2 years.
What is OneKin?
So OneKin is a gaming platform. They essentially are a discoverability and access platform where you, you get a pass. They have a lot of different tools built out that you can, have people earn things like claimable items within your game. If you can put it through certain taskings. So you can say, okay, if they reach level 5, then they get this item, or, you can set up different packs to drop to them. So they're a platform, and then they've built this other platform that's called Moonbase, which is the grid network, GR1 network, and I'm very excited to be an ambassador with them. They are just all of them are great people at OneKin. I had the pleasure of, I was thinking of it actually when I was telling you earlier that, when you have these meetings with people, even visually in the space, that it's tough to get that connection. And one person that's not true for with me is Justin from OneKin. We have had at this point so many meetings together that we are, we went to GDC together. I mean, it was, we were like, oh yeah, like we're like best friends in the space. Like we, like all the time together there. And, it really is great to, meet people in person. It is different, but there are obviously really good relationships you can build. So that's their discoverability platform. Moonbase, you can do questing on now. They're prepping for their upcoming IDO, and they have some really cool quests built into the back end. So I definitely suggest you go check them out. And
okay, perfect. No, yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, because I was curious because I was looking into those and I kind of like didn't have like that good of a grasp on it, but you just definitely made sense of it because I never heard of the OneKin. The OneKin thing, so that makes sense. You're into games, it seems. You've always been a gamer girl. That's been something that you always been passionate about, or just like seeing the Axie situation unfold and the change it can make really turned you on to the gaming.
No, I love gaming. I was the kid in the backseat with my, playing Mario, my parents yelling at me to put the sound off, and I definitely enjoy gaming. It's a big part of my family culture as well. I mean, even just board games. This week I've played 4 rounds of Ticket to Ride board game, train strategy board game.
Okay.
We played a zillion rounds of Dutch Blitz this week. We love gaming.
Yeah.
Ultimate Chicken Horse, if you want to go on the video game side of things. Yeah. So
okay, you're naming games I've never heard of in my life. I'm like a Clue, a Monopoly,
we love Clue.
basic.
I
Clue
can't
is
get
so
anybody
much
to play
fun,
Monopoly with me.
huh?
I can't get anybody to play Monopoly with me. Sorry.
I mean, it takes so damn long,
Yeah.
especially if you're good.
So does Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, that game that you just explained with the trains, yeah, that sounds like it takes forever. That's like Risk.
Yes, that was our original family game, but we kind of got tired of slaughtering each other. It's a little bit too cutthroat. At least Ticket to Ride, there's like you can kind of root for your family
Like a
members.
strat kind of thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. And y'all have always had that tradition in your family, or you brought that from your your mom and dad?
I am the baby of the family, and my brother is 15 years older than me, and Risk was his thing. And he taught me when I was a
Okay.
little kid, and he beat the pants off me a zillion times. And it was my job to grow up and beat my big brother. And I do. I beat him all the time now.
Do you beat him now? That's hilarious. I love
I mean, he still
that.
wins sometimes. I don't want to completely he wins every now and then, but
Yeah, we'll let him win. We'll let him win this time. You know what I mean? That's hilarious. Okay. So you always been in the game, so it just made sense jumping in and helping gaming companies. Uh, Other than Forgotten Playland and the onesie? No, Oni. Well, what's the game you just said? Onekin.
OneKin
Right?
is the game discovery platform. The games that I played
Yes.
this week are Ticket to Ride, Dutch Blitz, and Ultimate Chicken Horse.
No. I meant well, Onekin and the Forgotten Playland and all of those other kind of platforms that you're helping out. Is there
Yeah.
any other ones that like stand out to you that people should know about going into the end of the year? They have some cool announcements coming out or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that are building so many cool things in this
So
space.
many.
Honestly, though, Hyperplay and OneKin are my two favorites. Just
Okay.
what they're both building is really really strong, and then obviously Grid Network as an offshoot of OneKin as well with their platform. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect then. So I touched on your two favorite. Well, you touched on OneKin, but I brought up Hyperplay, so everybody knows that I did my research. What is the first game that you like? The first Web3 game that you played?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. That was back in the day. There was oh gosh, I don't even remember. They all launched at once.
Were you up in Sandbox? Were you into Central Land? Were you doing any of that kind of stuff?
I was into Decentraland, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go metaverses, yeah, probably. Actually, now that you mentioned it, the one that other than the ones that I worked on, because there was these trading card games. The summer of 2021, there was a zillion trading card games, and I didn't play them though. I actually should say that I wasn't like I was involved with them and I was kind of researching them, but I was trading them. I was trading their tokens, but I wasn't really playing them. So I should, if you are going to say playing Decentraland, yeah, is a Decentraland. Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. And what'd you think about it? Were you like, this shit's plonky, this is trash, like what the hell is this? Like what was your thoughts?
I loved it. So
Okay.
I was really excited about it. I went to a Christmas Eve party. I had a snowball fight. I earned a ugly Christmas sweater. There was this, it was so cool. There was this rave. It was a rave, and you had these little dancing icons that you could do. And so I went to this rave, and there was live DJs up on video that they'd hired. There was a bunch of people, running around. Everybody's dressed like who's got like these giant wings on, who's running around on a skateboard,
Oh my
all kinds
God.
of stuff, right? And you could, you could just dance, you could run around, you could collect your POAPs. Those are still a thing back then. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was super cool. Seeing the different things that people built too, like you would run around. And, I remember there was this one building that every square of the floor played a different sound, and you could run around and play music.
Make music. Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. I never went into Centraland, never went into Sandbox. I think I went into like what was the name of that thing? Strataverse or something like that. I maybe went into that one to watch a DJ perform once, but yeah, I never really got into the. I'm not into those kind of games. Like that's like some Roblox. That's like Roblox. That's like kind of Fortnite type stuff. You know what I mean? Like I never really got into those kind of games.
Yeah.
Those might be new age for me, but I just like shooting games. So
Okay.
like they just need to come out with a really good shooting game, and I'll be hooked. And I'm
Well,
waiting. And I do like card games. I have been playing a game called it's called Rainy Studios: The Lords of Light. So I play that one. It's kind of like Hearthstone, just like it. It's on Beam, just like Forgotten Playland. So is most of the companies that you are teaming up with and stuff all on Beam? What platforms are they using?
all different ones, but we
Okay.
absolutely love Beam. We're talking with them about a lot of different things. Great relationship with them. They're a really awesome network. They're doing some cool stuff. So
Sweet.
yeah, we're definitely working with some of their games, and but we're not exclusive.
No, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, you can be. I think Omni changed the way. I mean, if you're not able to go where the liquidity is, go where the users are, and do all that kind of stuff, then you're gonna just like be sitting in a stagnant pool, hoping that like somebody's gonna buy your bag, which usually does not happen. Uh, okay, so you actually touched on the MetaMask game directory a little bit. Uh, I really don't know anything about that. I mean, I think I've seen it like once or twice, but like, can you go a little bit more in depth about like the MetaMask, like the game directory and how people can access it and how maybe like their games can benefit by getting on it or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So MetaMask has approximately 30 million users. It is actually significantly lower than some of the centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Binance that have upwards of 100 million. However, 30 million is still like a quite a sizable pool of people, right? Those are
Definitely.
the ones that do tend to go cross chain as well. Only about 6% of wallets on chain that are EVM compatible tend to have more than one chain that they operate on. So it
Okay.
is a very narrow pool. But when you're trying to find people, because you were just talking about omni-chain, that
Yep.
are looking into different chains, maybe they would move into different ecosystems.
Definitely.
Their MetaMask is obviously a really great access point. So what the games discovery platform is when you log into MetaMask on desktop, there are different icons that you can see that they aren't available on mobile just yet, but it's a discoverability. So you go there and you can just right there's a games directory. So you can start looking through games and
Interesting.
them and interacting with them directly on MetaMask, where you already are, doing a lot of your, wallet stuff anyways.
Okay, y'all heard it here first, people. MetaMask is actually doing something. I know all of y'all say it sucks. I know all of y'all want a coin from it. It's cool. It might come one day, but they're actually doing stuff that sounds very cool. I'm gonna actually. Oh, it's got to be on desktop. Shit. Okay. You got to be on desktop, people. Don't go to your phones like I just did and look like an idiot. Okay, because she literally just said on desktop. Okay, listen, people, listen. That No, like that's a good idea because like that'll bring adoption. That'll make it easy for everybody to go in and access it. And this is all chains. So like say I'm on the ETH mainnet, right? But the game is on Arbitrum. Is it gonna automatically or is it gonna automatically add the Arbitrum network to my MetaMask in order to play the game? How does that whole situation work?
I don't know if it does it automatically. In the past, you had to
Okay.
add the network yourself. However, I have noticed that in Uniswap, when you're trading, if you are switching to a network that you don't have in that wallet, that it will add that network to your wallet for you automatically now, which is pretty cool. But I don't know if that's from the
I
Uniswap
didn't know
side or
that.
a partnership with MetaMask. I don't know how that actually is functioning, but yeah, I can't answer on that one though.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Because I hope that they start doing that because that'll just make it so much easier. Because like these people are gonna come in and be like, I thought I was getting on Ethereum, now I'm on Arbitrum, not knowing that it's a layer two that's actually on Ethereum, but just like scaling it. Like, so hopefully they figure out that whole like congestion bubble thing. I wanted to touch on, since we're kind of winding down here, I kind of wanted to touch on your experience at Cornell. I saw that you went out there and you talked to a Cornell blockchain class.
We did it virtually, but yes, I did.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah, I was a guest speaker, and it was
Okay.
the experience. Yeah, I've been doing a couple different things with their
That's
awesome
awesome.
blockchain club. They're young students, and they are learning. And I loved the experience. I loved some of the questions that they had. They brought me back to reality, I guess I should say. The reality of Web2, the reality of onboarding, of people don't know what they don't know, right? So we get in our echo chamber. We're all very used to this technology here and how things work. But I had one student that asked me, how can you use NFTs in gaming? And I loved it. And I thought, oh my gosh, of course, we need to educate people on this, like the different ways to use this technology.
Brother, come here, sit down. Let me tell you how you spent $5,000 on skins this year and packs, and you're not ever going to see that money again. We can make it to where you can.
Yes.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
You will not just be throwing money into a water well. All right. It's okay. Like, we're going to figure it out. No, that's my favorite thing about all of my friends that like their kids do Roblox and stuff. And then they're like, I'm spending all this damn money on the Robux or whatever it's called. And I'm like, dude, you can make a game to where like your kids make money and they make like these Robux. Like you just got to figure that out. So that's kind of like how I see how I want NFTs to work, just like sell them. You bought a gun, you like the gun, you don't like the gun anymore. Well, sell the trait, sell whatever, just like you're selling traits on the marketplace. So what is your talking to these kids? They're younger. What are you seeing as like the biggest hurdle that for their minds to like comprehend the actual like blockchain? And well, you said they're part of the blockchain club, so they probably like have like an understanding, but outside, like different kids that aren't a part of these clubs that maybe you talk to, what is like their biggest hurdles and stuff that they're running into?
In general, I would say that it's overcoming the incorrect or stigmas, I guess, of the space. And even with Cornell, one of the questions that I got was, why do you think meme coins are so common in blockchain? So when you're, trying to tell people about this technology and how it can make their lives, better, it can save them money on their NFT skins, like you were just saying, right? And then there's this whole other thing where people are like, what? They're memes. Like this is, like there's like a lack of seriousness to it versus, just back end extremely serious. Like, this is like HTML code of the internet. Kids, like, this is the future of how things are going to be running, and you're not even going to really know about it someday, just like we have the internet now. So yeah, I think it's just overcoming the stigmas that, they've heard about within culture, to get them to a place of education, not necessarily with the Cornell students, because they are, they're obviously getting, top tier education through the school, but for just other people in general, yeah, that would be my main.
Definitely. Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna give a little shout out to the people that came through, commented. We got F and Dickel. Thanks for coming through, bro. Appreciate y'all. We got Just Some Guy. You might just be some guy, bro, but I freaking love you, dog. I don't care that you're just some guy. You're my guy. You're my guy tonight. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Do you have anything that you want to maybe plug, talk about that I didn't cover tonight that is important to you that you want people to know?
Oh, you do. You have great questions, man. Like you hit me with stuff. I've done a number of these interviews, and these are not questions that I'm used to answering.
I know. I'm trying to be big. You got to ask the different questions. Don't nobody want to hear that shit everybody asks. Look, I didn't even ask you like, ooh, how did you get into Web3? What's your biggest loss? What's your biggest takeaway? We don't need none of that. We already know. You host spaces, the roundtable space, right?
I do
Is this
not
something you
host it
host?
that's not one that I host. I was a
Okay.
guest speaker on there for a long time, but I leave that post.
Oh,
That was a 2022, I think. That I
oh.
was regularly speaking. It was my last one that I did. I think was the FTX one. I was on the panel 15 minutes before Elon joined, and
Damn,
unfortunately,
bro.
I know I didn't get to speak to Elon when he was on there. But I keep that post pinned on the top of my profile because that is something that's important to me. Um, in the Web3 space, when you're trading, there's a lot of emotion that goes into it. And just like I was saying, like, oh, people this week, we're so upset. I mean, I'm glad you have the right mindset of, I bought the dip, I'm way up, I'm doing it right.
Bruh.
You know, who knows which one.
I'm not losing like I did in 2022, bro. I ain't losing like I did. I lost big,
Yeah.
huge in 2022. Well, guess what? I learned selling the way up, bro. Who cares if it goes up another 10,000, dog? Like, you fucking made money. Be happy. There's always another trade.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right. But that's the emotion of it. And whether it's happy
Mm.
or sad, but a lot of times there is that, the charts are down and people are upset. And there has actually been studies done that gaming helps to alleviate stress. It helps to prevent PTSD
Okay.
as well. Yeah. So in particular, I keep Tetris on my phone for this because that was the original study that I read a number of years ago that they were doing, but it is any visual-spatial game. So word games can work if you have one of those. If you have like Bejeweled or something, that's another visual-spatial game where there's something that triggers in your brain and it makes it so that the memories don't stick. So it does obviously assist with PTSD if you get it within a certain time frame, which is usually about 6 hours. But just in general, gaming has been shown to decrease stress levels of people when they're, experiencing things like a market downtrend and you're emotionally freaking out. So, a lot of people say touch grass and I say touch games. So that's why
Yeah.
I keep that pinned on my profile.
Yeah, I agree. I like playing games to de-stress me, no matter if it's just a cell phone game, computer game, console game, board game. They all help. I love them. They give me focus. They get me off the bad stuff, But if some of y'all just like took a little bit of this internet money and changed your real life, then you might not be so upset on these dips. It's something I've been preaching for the past week. I want people to start selling. Not like, I mean, yeah, sell, make some money. Like, come on, people. Like, we're here to make money. We're here to make a change in your life. One of my favorite accountants always says that. I'm not gonna drop his account name because he's an asshole. But it's all good. But yeah, I'm here to change lives. I want to make a different future for the kids that we're bringing up, and I think that this is definitely a good way to do it and to advance from declining, because I feel like we've been declining, at least us as a United States have been declining for like a couple of years, or not even years, decades, bro. It's been decades before I've been born. We started. So like, I'd like to maybe like get a hold of that and bring us back up. So I think that this is a good way to do it.
I just read a book. I'm going to show you a book before I leave here. It
Show
was
us. Okay,
actually
I love books. I love books. I'm on book number 10 this year, people. I read 20 last year, so I'm kind of far behind. But show me your book so I can write it down.
all right. It's Thomas Jefferson and the Tripoli Pirates. So it's the story from the 1800s of the pirates of Tripoli and what was happening with our navies and the Marines. And when you it's literally the last page of the book.
Wait, are you about to spoil this book for me?
No, but when you get there, my faith in, not my faith in America, but it makes you.
And people. It's not even America. It's just people.
Yeah.
You could be anywhere in the world. People are always going to be the same way. People. They're just like, I mean, there's no difference in the way that they run the government as the way that the person won't let you merge over whenever he knows that it's the right to merge over into traffic and everybody just make a zipper. It's very simple. But no, it's about me. I got to be first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the book just like ripping on like that and about how like? Tell me a
It's
little bit.
it's a history book, but it's about pirates, man. Like it's, you know, like it's this, you know, what happened with the Barbary Coast, the Barbary pirates. They were harassing everybody in the seas. I mean, all of the countries back then. We were very, very young. We didn't even, I think we had like, I think at the start of the book, we had like 4 ships in our Navy. We were just building the Navy. Yeah. But you know, like we would have to go like to, you know, trade across seas and, you know, for survival because the colonies were so young and, you know, we needed stuff. And, you know, they would get their ships, you know, pirated, taken. They would take our people captive. So, you know, and then the countries had to pay these massive fines to get back their people or to release their ships or, you know, pay them, you know, for free passage, whatever, like an annual fee. And we were a young country and we couldn't afford what they were asking and we didn't like what they were doing. So we went out and we made sure that, you know, we got free passage and then we, you know, started protecting other countries too. And yeah, it was a whole thing. But it
Okay,
was
it's
cool.
about working together, kind of building like a network.
Yeah.
Trust. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. No, I'm gonna have to read that. Okay. Well, Croissant. We're going to the moon because croissants around us, people. It
Yes.
makes sense. It makes sense now why she chose the name. So I appreciate you coming through. It's been a great interview. I had a lot of fun. I'm thinking about having like a big group panel of all the girls that I had on. Whenever I finish this space, I can have up to like 20s. I can have up to like 20 speakers on this thing. So it'll be crazy, but it'll be fun. I feel like with those, it'll be super chaotic. I'm gonna love it. So yeah. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you coming through. And yeah, anything else?
This was an amazing interview, and I really appreciate that you are interviewing women in the space. That is super cool. I thank you. Thank you for having me, and,
No
thank
problem.
you for what you're doing, and you're doing a great job. This was awesome.
Hell yeah, Croissant. Well, you know anybody that I need to interview or have any connections, send them my way. I'd love to have them on the space.
Awesome. We'll do.
Sounds good. Thank y'all, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Let me just plug the sponsors again real quick. We got sponsors by DirecTV. Please contact me, Ellis the Elephant, ELE Social Marketing. You can see it. It's right there in that corner above Croissant's head. You see ELE Social Marketing? Yep, right there. That's my company. I do internet and DirecTV sales. I appreciate you if you reach out to me and I can help you. Help me help you save some money and get better internet speeds so you can quit missing these trades and quit being poor. Okay, I'm trying to make you not be poor by giving you better internet services. And then whenever you're not poor, whenever you're not poor, you can afford the DirecTV because that's what kings get for TV packages. Okay, so let me know. And then Big Dad Energy, shout out to them. I'm going to be doing some content this week for them, giving out some gift cards and things like that. It'll be fun. It's a stupid fun meme coin that is at the lowest market cap in the world, but we're still going to do fun ass shit with it. So appreciate you, Croissant. Appreciate everybody for coming through.